It is now my distinct pleasure to bring up your next act. This is Florida's answer to Joan Rivers before the surgery. But we got her here today, and she's marvelous, she's wonderful, she's so talented. So please welcome Miss Barbara Brighton.
Thank you, Ed. How about a hand for Ed Regine? Well, can we talk here? Can we talk? Talk to me. Audience, can we talk? After $100,000 worth of collagen, silicone, Botox, and Restylane, I've had a boob job, a nose job, an eye job, a tummy tuck, liposuction, and laser. Underneath all that nipping and tucking and pulling and gripping and slipping and slicing, I found Michael Jackson's first nose. I'm trying to grow old gracefully. It's not easy, right, girls? Do you remember when you had a perfect body? How many girls remember? Remember when your bust line was fabulous? Remember when your waistline was perfect? Now my bust line is my waistline. And the only good thing about a sagging bust is it pulls the wrinkles out of your face. Did you hear the story about the woman who had a heart attack and she was taken to a hospital, and on the operating table she saw God and she said, "How much time do I have to live?" God said, "You have another 43 years, 3 days, and 2 months to live." So she figured she might as well make the most of it. So she had a breast enhancement, she had a boob job, she had an eye job, she had a tummy tuck, she had liposuction, she even changed her hair color. After the last operation, she was released from the hospital, and on her way home, she was crossing the street. She was killed by an ambulance. So she looked up and she said to God, "God, you told me I had another 43 years. Why did you pull me out of the path of the ambulance?" God said, "To tell you the truth, I didn't recognize you." But I'm not going to get a vaginal rejuvenation at my age. No, because the only person interested in getting inside my vagina is my probate lawyer, because it's where I hide my really good jewelry. You sound familiar? You girls do that too, right? Okay, so I heard this great story. This woman is at home alone, and there's a knock on her door. And there's a gentleman there, and he says, "Pardon me, ma'am, do you have a vagina?" She's disgusted, so of course she slams the door in his face. The next day he comes back again. It's the same guy. He's asking her, "Do you have a vagina?" Again, she slams the door in his face. What kind of a man is this? It's disgusting. On the third day, her husband comes home, and she says to him about this guy that's coming around. He says, "I'm going to hide behind the door." And in a loving and concerned voice, he said to her, "I want you to answer yes if he asks you the same question." So she says, "Okay." So in the third day, of course, the guy comes back again. "Pardon me, ma'am, do you have a vagina?" She said, "Yes." Then he says, "Good. Would you mind telling your husband to start using yours and leave my wife's alone?" What a great audience. You must have met this guy, right? I'm into dating. Anybody else into dating there? Because I'm a singling. I tried all the singles bars, but all the guys I meet are so young, they think World War II is the name of a rock group. Then I finally meet somebody more my age. I got to catch him between his last divorce and his first reincarnation. Oh, it's ridiculous, right? But I did try a dating site, because there's lots of dating sites. I tried facelift.com. Why are you laughing? Facebook didn't work for me. You have to create a profile, girls, right? So I said, that's the first thing you have to do. So I said, I have Angelina Jolie's lips, Suzanne Summers' thighs, Sophia Loren's eyes, and Sharon Stone's crotch. Well, I have basic instincts. Guess who answered my ad? The two gay Mike Douglas? That would be nice. He's married to a beautiful woman, though, Catherine Zeta-Jones, right? What would he want with me, right? Okay, so guess who answered my ad? The two gay cowboy stars from Brokeback Mountain. Remember that show, right? They walked up to a bar, and the bartender asked, "What do you have?" They said, "A stiff one," and I went home. Very depressing. Maybe I should create another profile. What do you think? What do you think? Maybe? Yeah? Okay. Are there any Jewish cowgirls out there? Anybody? One Jewish cowgirl? Because, no, listen to this. They have their own love song. Are you ready? Get it up, get it in, get it out. Don't mess my hairdo. My kind of crowd. Thank you. Oh, God, aging. Should we talk about aging? I hate to talk about aging. I heard on TV, the first to go is your memory. I forgot the other two. Okay, are there any older guys out there? I see a lot of women. Are there any older guys? Raise your hand. Because you got to be careful when you date an older man, girls. They never tell you the truth. A friend of mine was dating an older guy once. He never told her he was wearing a hearing aid. She stuck her tongue in his ear and was electrocuted. Then I was dating another older guy who kissed me and gave me a hickey and left his teeth in my neck. Then I was dating another older guy who was deaf and he wasn't great in bed, so I had to hold up cue cards. He was deaf. He was nearsighted too. Don't joke. Then I was dating another older guy who was 90 into hip hop and heavy metal. It was very embarrassing. So I told him to act his age. And he died. I need a younger guy. Shall I go out with a younger guy? What do you think? Oh, for sure. One of my friends went to the dentist to have his tooth pulled, and the dentist went to get him a shot of Novocaine, you know. So he said, "Don't give me any needles. I can't stand needles." So then the dentist said, what about a mask? Can you wear a mask? "Don't put a mask on me. I'll suffocate." Well, the dentist said, "What about a pill? Can you take a pill?" The guy said, "Yeah, I can take a pill." So the dentist went out and got him a Viagra, Levitra, and Cialis pill. He said, "Viagra? I didn't know you could use this for pain." The dentist said, "You can't, but I'll give you something to hold on to when I pull your tooth." What an audience! Shall we talk about sex? Shall we talk about sex? My favorite subject. Two guys were talking. One said to the other, "How's your sex life?" The other guy said, "Nothing special. I'm having Social Security sex." Social Security sex? What's that? He said, "Not much. I get a little each month, but not enough to live on." I said, "I'd rather get a stimulus check." So later that night, this woman is going to the therapist, and she says, "Doctor, I'm having a problem." He says, "What's the problem?" She says, "Every night my husband and I make love just before he gets ready to climax. He lets out an ear-splitting yell." The doctor said, "That's natural. What's the problem?" She says, "The problem is it wakes me up." Oh, like you don't know what I'm talking about, right? So later that night, they're making fabulous love, okay? And the husband turns to the wife and he says, "Honey, how come you never tell me when you have an orgasm?" She says, "You're never there." I hear groans out there. Really? Okay, God. And now for a subject we all hate, politics. Remember when Bill Clinton and Jesse Jackson were friends? Think back. It was just a few short years ago. Well, they're standing at the urinal. Bill looks over to Jesse. He says, "Jesse, you're in such great shape. How do you manage to stay in such great shape?" Jesse says, "It's very simple. When I get ready for bed, I just take it out and knock it 3 times on the side of the bedpost." Bill said, "That's all?" Jesse said, "That's it." So Bill said, "I think I'll try it." So later that night, as he's getting ready for bed, he takes it out, knocks it 3 times on the side of the bedpost. Hillary wakes up and she said, "Is that you, Jesse?" Politics.